Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very important segment, and I'll be doing more segments on this today. We'll have a live stream tonight, and I'll do an H.A. Goodman's other channel segment on this. Also, subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. Hit subscribe. Share this everywhere. I usually don't put the articles below in the description section, although I cite these articles, or I cite public record, reputable sources. I'm going to list 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 articles explaining exactly why the DOJ has essentially cleared Trump of any criminal violations because he could actually mentally, definitely verbally, declassify any information he wants. He was the president of the United States, according to a PolitiFact article, quote, the minute the president speaks about it to someone, he has the ability to declassify anything at any time without any process. Mostly true. Okay? That's an article from May 15, 2017. We'll read that. Then there's Trump revealed highly classified information to foreign minister and ambassador. Washington Post. This is the absurd, nonsensical article shared by everyone, and they forget it's according to current and former U.S. officials. These officials were probably named Debbie Wasserman Schultz and Hillary Clinton. President Trump revealed highly classified information to the Russian foreign minister and ambassador in a White House meeting last week, according to current and former U.S. officials, who said Trump's disclosure jeopardized. Who cares what they said? Where's the evidence? Okay, so this is fact now. Do you understand? Fact, reality is what the Washington Post reports from sources that are deemed according to current and former U.S. officials. These are anonymous sources. You have no clue if perhaps they're lifelong Democrats, or if perhaps they just don't like Trump. They're never Trump Republicans, or perhaps they're operatives, or perhaps they just made up the source. And that, by the way, was but that's not even why he's cleared. Why Donald Trump's declassification claim might not be that outlandish. Politico. August 15, 2022, former President Donald Trump's claim to have verbally declassified the sensitive records the FBI seized from his Mar-a-Lago compound. Okay, it's not as unprecedented or outlandish an argument as widely believed if he can prove it happened, but he doesn't even have to prove it happened because there's no enforcement, there's no precedent where a president has had to prove that he verbally declassified something. It's a power that he has. Trump's team takes an interest in the Clinton sock drawer case. Bill Clinton, along with Hillary, who siphoned classified data outside the U.S. government, and I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024, okay, the servers, nobody knows how classified top secret intelligence were funneled and siphoned outside the U.S. government. I have a short on this channel with James Comey actually speaking. Watch it. He exonerates Trump also. By the way, I have another short. Share it everywhere. It's like one of my greatest athletic achievements. 110-pound dumbbell press, each hand chest press, 6 reps. So, not bad, but I could do better. And so anyway, that's a short. It was originally an upload, but I made it into a short. And so I removed the upload and then made it into a short because the upload was like a second longer. Anyway, I have 2 shorts on this channel. Share them everywhere. This is an article. Trump has legal authority to declassify intelligence. Despite the rebuttals, Trump is right. May 16, 2017. As president, this is Executive Order 13-526, as president, Trump has the legal power to declassify information. He also has the authority to share information with whomever he wants, including foreign adversaries, which he didn't do. So, Trump's national HR McMaster defended Trump's disclosure. It is wholly appropriate for the president to share whatever information he thinks is necessary to advance the security of the American people. So, everything he says, by the way, in a meeting is classified. So when President Obama stated that he had 30 million unclassified documents, that's absurd. How do you get 30 million? How do you even read? How does the National Archives read 30 million documents? How long did it take? Can we get a tally or some kind of time frame of how long it took? That's why, Democrats routinely lie through their teeth. When they open their mouths, they're lying about what but it's all official. It's all through the system. National Archives condoned 30 million documents. Really? How long did it take to read and to look over? And so you mean how on earth could you find even 1 million documents that are unclassified from President Obama's administration? And then you had in President Obama's administration making a mockery of classified data with computer servers, and I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I'm voting for Trump, obviously, but Comey himself on this channel. I mean, it's like unbelievable. Then you have articles, the Clinton sock drawer issue, where the judge linked to certain rulings with Trump, said that, it's personal records, so he can keep classified, potentially top secret intelligence in a sock drawer while he's writing a book. Tapes of all this classified data that if other governments got, oh my God, would be harmful to national security. No, it's personal. Bill Clinton, those are personal. They're near my undergarments and my socks and my undies. Okay? You can't go and go through my drawers like the Bureau did at Mar-a-Lago with Melania and Trump. I put all the top secret intelligence right next to my Spider-Man undies. And so Clinton had a sock drawer full of information. Okay? And then immediately MSNBC Trump team takes an interest in the Clinton sock drawer case. I mean, seriously. And he's going to go, it's whataboutism. It's like, yeah, of course, you should always engage in whataboutism with Democrats because they commit so many crimes, or they just do whatever they want, get the system, get the machine, get the bureaucracy, government bureaucracy to just allow them to do anything they like. And you have a situation where they never get held, they very rarely get held accountable. And when they do, it's, no reasonable prosecutor would indict. Watch the segment below. But here you have the department. Okay, so does the president have the presidential classification, experts agreed that the president's commander-in-chief is ultimately responsible for classification and declassification. The majority ruling in the 1988 Supreme Court case, Department of Navy versus Egan, quote, the president, after all, is the commander-in-chief of the Army and Navy of the United States. According to Article 2 of the Constitution, the court's majority wrote, quote, his authority to classify and control access to information bearing on national security flows primarily from his constitutional investment of power in the president and exists quite apart from any explicit congressional grant. Okay? And Steve Aftergood, director of the Federation of American Scientists, who I believe has perhaps a different opinion now because it's Trump, I'm not sure, but he is a foremost scholar on this, very respected and very knowledgeable, brilliant man, said such authority gives the president the authority to, quote, to classify and declassify at will. Okay, so even PolitiFact, when the article came out, and you will have all of these articles in the description section, yeah, he mentally did it. And then you have everyone, all of late night, everyone, he mentally did it? Oh, yeah, he did. He mentally declassified. The second he said to himself, hey, it's not classified, and gave it to, and then packed it in his box, or took it out of the Oval Office, there's no way you can prove that he didn't. And because he's president, he could easily have done so. There's no way to prove that he verbally declassified or whispered it. If you think that's outlandish, it's interesting because for years, you had a journalist and a publisher in Julian Assange telling the world, hey, there's a problem with overclassification. Snowden, people blowing the whistle on the fact that secrets detrimental to political parties are routinely classified simply because they're detrimental. The Federal Bureau of Investigation made the Steele subsource Danchenko an informant. This way they could hide behind sources and methods. That's what they do. Do they answer any? Did Comey or McCabe or the Honorable Director Wray, do they answer any questions in Congress? No. Did Peter Strzok answer any questions? They hardly know. Any serious question, like, it's sources and methods. We just can't. And all the sources and methods are classified, and then the ones linked to Clinton happen to be classified. So you can't find out initially that they're linked to Clinton. Okay. So that's how they get away with things. But you've had people, you've had Rand Paul, you've had a lot of people come out and say, hey, there's a serious issue with overclassification and this reverence for the intel agencies. And now Democrats say, oh, well, Trump is not above the law. There is no law governing the president. And there was no read-in or readout. So here, that's another one I'll put in. He didn't sign any documents saying that he was, where's that article? He didn't sign any documents saying that he understood exactly a specific protocol, okay? Because there is no signature, there is no signature that a president signs to hand over classified data. Okay? So there's the article, I can't find it right now. But there's no formal training or session that a president signs. Okay? Clinton did. And so I'm trying to find it right now. Okay, anyway, it just popped in my mind right now. So he didn't sign any documents, and there was no formal training that Clinton, for example, got. And Clinton eventually told Peter Strzok, or I forgot who she told, oh, the C, I thought it was alphabetical order. Didn't know that it meant confidential, pertaining to classified data. Okay, so you have a situation where the DOJ already cleared Trump. They haven't indicted him. They already read everything that they took at Mar-a-Lago. The special master wanting Trump to claim how he declassified in a court of law is not even relevant to why he wants Trump. I mean, why Trump wants him. Trump just wants his will and testament back and any passports. This whole thing is the most absurd setup. They're putting top secret and classified data in sock drawers, siphoning it out of the U.S. government, putting them in their pants, all of these things, but God forbid Trump has boxes at Mar-a-Lago. And the Honorable Director Comey is so honorable. Watch the short on this channel. He's like, yeah, you know what? A potential actors could have taken it. And there's no reasonable prosecutor. I mean, you know what? There were violations of the legal statutes. He even says there's violations of the legal statutes. He even said there's violations of the illegal statutes. So there you go. I mean, you have a situation. You have a situation where they are desperate to get Trump. Okay? They're absolutely desperate to get him because we're in a recession. That's the issue here. That's the issue. We're in a recession with an economy in free fall. That is the issue. And Democrats have done nothing, practically nothing good for this country. The economy is in shambles. It's getting worse every day. We have 8 to 9% inflation. interest rates going up, third quarter of negative growth, so they're going to have a tough time saying we're not in a 3 quarters of contracting, shrinking economy. And I predicted all of this. Watch the stock market crash playlist. But I mean, you have a situation, ladies and gentlemen, where the Presidential Records Act doesn't have an enforcement mechanism. It doesn't even state, well, the president will serve this prison time or whatever. If they say, well, you know, we're gonna indict Trump under, and they could possibly indict him, but they've essentially cleared him already because they have they have all the documents that he had at Mar-a-Lago. They had the raid, they had their public relations stunt, they got a boost in the polls. They know everything he has. But they're not indicting him. Why? It's not because, well, you know, they don't want to influence the midterms. That's all they did with the Mueller probe. That's all they're doing now. And then you think New York prosecutors don't want the Attorney General? That's all they want to do is go after him, go after the direct political rivals, utilizing government in the most malicious manner possible. So, and this is all the hallmarks of a Clintonian public relations stunt, which is where, hey, God bless Hillary and Bill, and they're very smart. You know what? With my mentality when it comes to politics is the Miami Hurricanes 90s mentality, 80s and 90s mentality of getting into the end zone. If you don't want a celebration and them to run up the score, stop them from getting in. And the Republican Party, and especially former President Trump, whom I want back in the Oval Office because he was an amazing president, record highs in household median income, record low in poverty. In 2019, even CNN reported that case closed. There's no rebuttal to Trump. The apoplectic and hysterical reaction from media is not a rebuttal. End of story. Moral imperative, including the Doha Agreement that Biden botched. Those 13 Americans should be alive today. Record low in poverty, record highs in household median income, anti-war president. There's no rebuttal. It's a moral imperative to vote for Trump. But the main thing is, Hillary and Bill are brilliantly, the U.S. government media, it's like, oh, look, Trump mishandled classified data. Gee, you know, Clinton's siphoning classified data outside the government on secret servers. Man, that's nothing compared to boxes at Mar-a-Lago. It's all fantasy world. Trump did not damage national security. National security was that was a mockery of classified data. You can't transfer. Nobody even knows how they transferred the siphon the data onto unsecured networks outside the U.S. government for 4 years. It was a secret network. And 30,000 deleted emails. Nobody even knows what's in those emails. Well, actually, they do, but whatever. There might be at Mar-a-Lago, Trump says. Anyway, give me your thoughts below. This is a very, very important segment, ladies and gentlemen. Share it everywhere. And I'll be doing another segment on this today. The articles are below, okay? And I'm going to find that read-in, the forms that he didn't sign, that he didn't need to as president. And give me your thoughts below. Thanks so very, very much. Share this with anyone who thinks that Trump is about to get imprisoned. Give me your thoughts.